What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today. Haven't done this in a while. This is Hot Topics, you guys. This is number 55. So these are going to be the week's hottest topics. I did not get the week. Should have got the week. I think this is the week. What's today's date? Today's date is the 19th. This is the hot topics for this week. I'll probably put, I more likely won't put the week up there. But these are the week's hottest topics. This is just me talking about what's hot, what's trending this week. Now, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and are not subscribed to the channel, I'm gonna need you guys to do me a huge solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on, like this video, share this video. And with that out the way, you guys, let's go ahead and discuss the hot topics, shall we? All right, you guys, so the first thing we got to do is we got to start this week out. My first week back doing hot topics, and I have to start it out on a sad note, right? It's a rest in peace. I really hate when I have to do a rest in peace, especially when it's someone who is just starting their, I don't like to say, I don't want to say it, but they're just starting their life. They have a lot to live for, right? They haven't really gotten to a pivotal, they haven't gotten up in age, where you can say, they lived a long, happy, healthy, successful life, right? So I was on Facebook, which I don't typically get on Facebook, right? And I was seeing the rest in peace to Young Dolph, and I was like, what are people talking about, right? So then I decided to go over to Instagram, and that's where I saw, that he had been shot and killed out there in Mississippi, right? Sad story, right? Because what it is, he went to go get some cookies, and two men came up with guns and just shot and killed him. Like, that is so senseless. I just, I really don't understand this whole thing about killing. And we as black people, we always, I don't want to say this and it come off the wrong way. But we talk about, we already have enough issues with the people, the white people, the police. We have an issue with them taking us out. Let's stop adding to it by then taking each other out. Like, we have got, as black people, we have got to stop doing that. Like, this man has been taken away from his girlfriend, his children, his family, his friends, his fans, everyone who loved and adored him. He's been taken away from people. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? I'm not too familiar with Young Dolph. I'm not big on rap, so I can't sit here and just name off, my bad. I can't just sit here and name off the top of the dome a Young Dolph song, unfortunately. I can't. But I did know who he was. I just don't. If you name one of his, because I saw some of my friends on Facebook posting their favorite songs by him, and I was just like, I don't know that song. Now, if you play it for me, I may know it, but off the top of the dome, I don't. But it's just really sad when you just think about this situation. And I was on Twitter the other day, right? Actually, I was on Twitter the same night that it happened, and one of my followers, he retweeted something, right? He quote retweeted this interview that this woman did down there, right? And they were talking to her, and she said something so pivotal that I 1000% agree with, right? She was talking about the fact that these were two black men that killed him, right? But she said the fault lies with them, as well as whoever passed the law for them to be able to openly carry guns. And that is I was like, you said a word right there. Like, that is the issue. You have these white politicians making these laws, putting these laws into order about, open carrying, and it's going to trickle down to our community, where people are gonna be like, oh, we can open carry, and you're just gonna walk. Like, actually, true story, I was in a Popeyes on Tuesday, right? I was in Popeyes on Tuesday, and there was this young black boy in there, and Texas is an open carry state, right? Texas is also a state where you don't have to have a license to carry a gun anymore, right? So there was this young man, he was in Popeyes, and I didn't realize it when I walked in, right? But when I walked in and I went to the counter, I didn't notice it until after I looked at him. So the staff was behind, the counter, and they were frantic. You could literally see it on their faces. They were terrified. They looked terrified, and I'm like, why are these people acting so funny? They were the only ones who were acting funny because there was two other men, and there were two other black men in there as well. They were cool. They weren't, one man ordered his food, the other man ordered his food, and then just something told me to look at this young man, because something just told me to look at him, because I didn't pay him any attention when I walked in. I just walked in and went to the counter, and I was like, and then I looked over at him, and what the reason that they were so afraid of him is because he had a gun in his boxers, and it was just showing. You could literally see the gun in his boxers, and I wanted to say something to him, but I was like, you know what? Because he was upset. He was like, it's an open carry state. Like, it's an open carry state. They acting like I'm gonna do something, and I wanted to tell him, you do realize that because of this color of your skin, they're afraid of you. Despite the fact that they are just like us, minorities, they were Hispanic. Just despite the fact that they're minorities, they see a young black man with a gun that frightens them. And I wanted to tell him that so bad, but I was like, you know what? That ain't got nothing to do with me. Because they really, even when he went to order what he wanted to order, it was kind of like a hot potato thing, right? Oh, you can handle him. Then oh no, you handle him. And then when it came to the money, and I will say though, they were rude. He gave the young lady his money, and he handed her the money. He handed her the money, and she took it. When she went to give him his change bag, she sat it on the counter and she scooted it to him. Now that was the one thing that I did give him. She was rude about that, but I still stayed out of it. But like the woman was saying, you have these white politicians making these laws about open carrying, and you have these probably inexperienced people with guns. You also might have trigger happy people now with guns in their hands, and they're going to be taking out our community instead of you. So it's just going to be like a mass genocide, basically, right? Because that's what's going. I mean, the more you open things up, you're going to have you don't have bad things happen. But I didn't mean to go into a tangent like that, but it was just on my heart, and I had to say it. But we definitely have to say rest in peace to Young Dolph. My prayers and well wishes go out to his family, his friends, his fans, all that who loved him. We're gonna move forward, you guys. So let's get off of that sad news and just give a congratulations. So congratulations are in order to Shawne ONeal. She got engaged to. Now see, I thought Shawne was still with that other guy. What was his name? Marlon? When did they break up? Somebody please let me know, when did Shawne and Marlon break up? Because I wasn't aware of that. But she's engaged to a pastor now. I was like, wow, girl. So is this? I was wondering, because you guys know that Basketball Wives will be coming back sooner rather than later. Now, I am on the fence about reviewing Basketball Wives this upcoming season. I'm interested in the dynamics, right? Because we know that Shawne, I think they said she's going to be on there here and there. So I was wondering, so now that you're engaged, is this the reason that you're not going to be on? I think this might be part of the reason why she's not going to be on the show, because I don't think that Shawne even gave one iota about the backlash from her being a cast member and also being an EP on Basketball Wives. So congratulations to her. Where did she still stay in Houston? I don't keep up with Shawne. I've never really, honestly, keeping it real with you, I was never a huge, actually I've never been a fan of Shawne. Even on Basketball Wives Miami, didn't really see it for her then, because I could always see Shawne being messy, and I just did not like, because especially when it came to Tammy and Evelyn, You want to play neutral, but you're not neutral because you laugh and kiki with Evelyn about Tammy. But then if Tammy wants to say something about Evelyn, you are one to just defend her, defend her, defend her. I even had an issue with her when she told Malaysia that she lacked substance. But yeah, I guess congratulations go out to Shawne. Congratulations to her and her husband. Well, her fiance, soon to be husband. Again, I just really wonder if that's why she's not returning. I mean, I'm pretty sure that has more to do with why she's not returning to Basketball Wives than the latter, you know, which was the fan backlash. Because remember, she told you guys that she told y'all, not me. I had not watched Basketball Wives since the season that Evelyn came back. That was the last time I watched Basketball. No, it wasn't. I'm lying. I'm lying. Actually, no, I'm not lying, because I did review the next. I reviewed half of. I didn't even do half of this next season. I think I did maybe 2 or 3 reviews, and that was it. I think 2 or 3, maybe 4, and I was done because I just couldn't deal with that show anymore. So yeah, technically the last season that I watched was the last full season I watched was Evelyn's return. But like I said, you guys, congratulations to Shawne. We'll think about reviewing Basketball Wives this season. We'll whenever they release the trailer, we'll watch the trailer. And if the trailer gives me a little bit, and if I need some video, and if I need a video on the channel, we may pick it up. I don't really want to, but we'll think about it. But let's move on, you guys. Congratulations once again, Shawne O'Nostril. All right, you guys. So the next story that I want to talk about is my girl Porsha. Now you guys know that Porsha's book is getting ready to come out, as well as her show, Porsha's Family Matter, that premieres on Bravo on November the 28th. So it'll premiere the week after the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion wraps up, right? Is that correct, you guys? Am I right? I believe so. Yeah. Because this Sunday is part 3 of the reunion, and then next Sunday is part 4. So then after that, we will have Porsha's Family Matters. And you guys, I'm still on the fence if I'm going to review that show. I'm really on the fence about that show. Like I said, you guys know I love me some Porsha Williams, but I just still, to this day, don't agree with Porsha and this Simon situation. And I don't necessarily want to watch a show that has Simon in it. That's my only dilemma with Porsha's Family Matters, is Simon is going to be on the show, and I just don't want to look at his face. It's just something about Simon that just doesn't sit right with me. I feel like this is an opportunity for everyone involved, right? I really do. I mean, we all know Porsha is the star of the show, you know, because she comes from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But I really have a feeling that I'm gonna treat Porsha's Family Matter the same way that I treated Don't Be Tardy for the Party. Because at one point I was I loved Kim Zolciak, but then it got to the point where I started to see Kim for who she was, and I did not like her, and I definitely did not watch Tardy for the Party. Never watched that show. Don't know how it lasted as long as it did. But so yeah, I'm on the fence right now about Porsha's Family Matters. Now I don't know when Porsha's book is coming out. The Pursuit of Porsha, or something like. Is that the name of the book? The Pursuit of Porsha is, I think, the name of the book. Once again, I love my girl to death, right? Love her, love her, love her. I ain't buying that book. I'm not buying the book. I have no interest in that book, right? Love you, Porsha. I just don't have any interest in that book. I have no interest in that book. That is really sad, right? That I'm a fan of this girl, but I have no interest in any of her projects that are coming up. And I'm still stuck on the fence that Porsha literally left Real Housewives of Atlanta. But based off of what Andy said, I think the door is still open. The door is still open for Porsha, unlike with Lanithia Leaks. That door is closed, I feel. So back to to talk about what I came here to discuss with Porsha. So like I said, Porsha's book, The Pursuit of Porsha, comes out, right? So she's doing her media tour, and people are talking about excerpts from the book. So there's this one particular excerpt from the book where she's talking about her interaction with R. Kelly. Girl, why would you want to have any interactions with that predator, right? And I'm gonna speak on something that I saw. I'm not gonna speak on. I saw comments. I'm gonna speak on the comments because I was going to speak on an. I don't want to speak on any other YouTubers, so I'm not gonna speak on YouTubers. I'm gonna speak on the comments. So the story is that Porsha met R. Kelly when she was 25. Well, I guess I actually can talk about this, right? How old was Porsha? Because I was watching a little clip from I don't even know what the name of the show was that Funky Dineva, Claudia Jordan, and Al Reynolds has on Fox. So I don't know the name of it because I honestly never watched it because I'm not a big fan of Claudia. I don't prescribe to Claudia. I don't subscribe to Claudia. I'm not a fan of Claudia's. But Claudia did say something that made me think. Well, no, it wasn't Claudia. It was Al. Because Porsha was 25 when she met R. Kelly. And Al asked the question, was Porsha married to Cordell Stewart when she was 25? Now that one, I don't know. I don't know if they fact checked it, and I didn't fact check it either. But that's neither here nor there. My issue with Porsha is, so Porsha said that she met R. Kelly. She was trying to do her singing career, right? We all know Porsha's one and only single, Flatline. Not a good song. Sorry to say it. The first time I listened to it, I was like, oh, I love this. But when I really listen to it, I'm like, oh, this song is not as good as I thought it was. Love you to death, but the song is just not that great. But she went to Chicago to meet R. Kelly, and she said she was told to go into a room and get naked. But I mean, and here's the thing: I'm not gonna come down hard on Porsha. That's not what we're here to do, and that's not what I'm going to do. I don't intend to come down hard on her because I know. I mean, it happens, right? People want to be in the entertainment. They want to be actors, actresses, models. They'll do any and everything that they can to make sure that dream comes true so that they can provide a life for friends or, provide a life for their family, right? So I'm not going to sit here and be like, girl, why did you go in the room and get naked? Because like I said, most people will see it as an opportunity. So then, she says she went back a second time. I'm like, why? If they didn't help you the first time, why go back the second time is the question that I had, right? Why go back a second time? If you went there, and let's just say you went there, he said, hey, you sleep with me, I get you a record deal, we get you in the studio tomorrow. Any person that if that's their dream to be a musician, and you guys got to be real and honest, let's be real. If you really want something that badly, you might do some things that ordinarily you would not do to make something a reality. Let's be real. Let's be honest and real with each other. So if he said if it was me, and I was like, if it was me when I was 25, I was in college. No, I wasn't. About to sit here and lie and say I was in college. When I was 25, I had just graduated college. I had been out of college. At 25, I had long been out of college. But I had my student loans. I had bills to pay. So if someone had came to me and said, hey, JB, I know you want to act. I know you want to sing. I know you want to do this kind of stuff, right? I can make that happen for you, but you got to sleep with me. My head would be like, absolutely not, right? But then I would think to myself like, damn, this is your dream. You got bills to pay. And if will come to fruition, what's the harm? Who's going to know, right? It's between me and you. And like I say, I know people don't like Porsha, but let's be real about the situation. Some people would do it. Like I said, coming out of college in debt, and you would have someone saying, I can make your dreams come true. You just got to do this and you got to do that. That's how people that's what predators, and that's why we call him a predator. That is what predators do. They prey on the weak. And I'm gonna keep it real. I think Porsha was weak, very weak in what she did. Weak-minded. She was weak-minded. I can call her out and say that. I believe she was very weak-minded. Now, she said she went back a total of 3 times. And I think she said on the last time that she went, she heard another woman being abused in another room, and that's when she left. And again, you guys, like I said, Claudia Jordan is not my favorite person, but Claudia did make a very, very valid point. And I guess if you get the book, you'll find out what she says in the book. But the question that Claudia said was, did Porsha call, the authorities to let them know that another woman was being abused in another room? That is a good question, because y'all haven't alluded to that. Y'all haven't said anything about that, because I can't. That would not be. Now that would not sit right with me if you knew that another woman was in a room being abused by the man or anyone in his camp, and you just said, "Let me leave and let me not help this woman." Now that I would have an issue with. But like I said, with the book, I'll think about, just like with the show, I'll think about getting the book, and I'll think about reviewing the show. But let me know what you guys think about all of that with Porsha, and we will move on. Guys, so next up, let's talk about this Stevie J and Faith Evans situation. So I was gonna do a hot topics last week, but I decided not to last minute. So last week it came out that Stevie J had filed for divorce from Faith Evans after only being married for 3 years, right? And I was like, wow, Stevie filed for divorce. I was like, if anybody ever filed for divorce in that relationship, I always pegged it to be Faith, because we know Stevie J's track record. Stevie J has a terrible track record with the women that he's been involved with. And the ones that we most notably know are Mimi and Jocelyn. So I was like, if anything happens in that marriage, it's going to be on Stevie and not Faith. But he filed for divorce, right? So then after that, I saw a video of them on the beach with each other. I'm like, wait a minute. So was that a publicity stunt or something? Like, were y'all trying to get your names in the media? More specifically, Stevie. Like, were you? And then also, because you guys know, Growing Up Hip Hop is coming back in January, and you guys know that Stevie is a part of the cast with his daughter Savannah and his son Stevie Jr. So I was like, are they still? And I was thinking to myself, are they still filming Growing Up Hip Hop? Is this a part of his storyline this season? So those thoughts were running through my head about Stevie. Like, is this going through your head? This is what's going through my head. Is this a storyline? Is this something to just have your name in the press, right? Especially when you saw them on the beach. But I mean, when it comes down to, hell, look at Ray J and Princess, right? Those two have been up and down for years. We filed for divorce one minute, we're back together the next. We filed for divorce, back together. Filed divorce, back together. Erica Mena and Safari. Speaking of them two, and it's so interesting with those two, Erica Mena and Safari, they filed for divorce while Love and Hip Hop was airing and filming. Now that the show is off the air right now, you don't hear anything about Erica or Safari. So that's what I was thinking about, especially when it comes to reality stars. You have to kind of wonder, is this for a storyline or what? Like, you have to wonder those questions. What is this? Is this a storyline? Is it not a storyline? So those are some questions that ran through my head at the moment. But then Tasha K, she released a video. I haven't really saw the video. I've just heard about the video where Stevie and Faith were arguing with one another. He accuses her of cheating on him. And I'm like, wow, isn't that a little coinky dink, huh? Like I just said a few minutes ago, you cheated on pretty much every woman that you've been with, but then you get it in return, and you can't handle it when it's done to you. It's really interesting when it comes to certain men, right? They can go out here, they can sleep with different, they can have a relationship, and then they can sleep with different women. But God forbid that the woman that they are involved with says, hey, you've been doing it to me, I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine. Or you've done it to other women, let me give you a little bit of taste of your own medicine. And then that fragile ego, that fragile ego is just tarnished, it's just hit. And they can't handle the fact that, oh, damn, is this what it feels like when I've been doing this to other women, right? It is what it is with Stevie and Faith. I really honestly wish them nothing but the best in their if they stay together. I wish them the best. But wasn't it just last year? You know what though? It might be a good thing for those two to just kind of separate, because didn't she just get a domestic violence charge against her last year with him? Yeah, it might be time to call it quits, Stevie and Faith. So yeah, I might be in agreement with that one. We're gonna move on, you guys. We're gonna keep Stevie and Faith extended in prayer, whichever way they decide to go. If they decide to stay together or split up, let's move forward. Guys, so let's talk about this long ass story that I got to talk about with the baby. I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this story. I really don't. But I probably am. I probably will spend a lot of time on this story, but I don't want to, unfortunately. So, if you guys have been living under a rock and don't know what happened with the baby and Danny Lee or Lay, whichever one it is, Danny. So they had a big, huge. And see, here's my thing when it comes to these entertainers, right? Why do y'all feel the need to put every damn thing on social media? Like, people don't, y'all don't want to keep certain things close to the vest, some things should stay private. Certain things we just should not know about you. Now, me personally, I have not been, at one point I did like the baby, right? I did like him. But when he opened up his mouth and the things that have come out of his mouth, I have not been a fan of him, especially with the stuff that he said over the summer, right? That was when I was like, you know what, I'm good on him. Actually, it wasn't even that. It was the fact that the man can't even keep his damn hands to himself. That's really where the line got drawn. When you see him slapping and hitting people, it's like, bruh, you have no respect for, you don't have respect for anybody, right? You will slap your fans around. And that's my issue with Danny, right? So you remember, and we all know she's problematic as hell. And she said problematic things, right? That stupid ass song she made, Yellow Bone is what he likes, right? Which you're not a yellow bone, but we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Here's my thing with Danny Lake, right? You were with this man, and you've been with him for I don't know how long, right? But you're with him, and the thing that boggles my mind is the fact that when it comes to this man has, like I just said a minute ago, the man has slapped people. So the man has a proven track record that he has no respect for men or women. And if I know that my significant other is out slapping just random people, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I gotta kind of look at you with a side eye, because if you can just slap a random person, what can you or will you do to me, and what won't you do to me, right? That begs the question. So it's kind of like what Erica De Niro says: read the Yelp reviews, right? Or you should get the whole facts. In his case, get the whole facts. Get them whole facts. See what it says. He said, "Oh, you scanned that, like, oh, ooh, he hit her or him Ooh, cheated on that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, just go down the line and see, damn, you're not a great person. And then she still chose to lay down and create a child with him. In this situation, I really more so feel bad for the baby. The baby, not the baby. I feel bad for their daughter. I feel bad for her. I really do. Like, she is in a toxic environment with her parents. And it doesn't seem as if either one of them really, I'm gonna keep it real, doesn't seem like they really particularly care. Now, me and my friends were texting, right? And I told one of my friends, like, I don't 100% feel bad for Danny. And she was like, what he did was wrong. And I'm in agreement with that. What he did was 1000% wrong, right? I'm not gonna deny what he did was wrong. But I told my friend, I'm like, but he has a proven track record. If he will hit a perfect stranger, shouldn't you then worry about what would you do to someone that you either love or like or whatever you want to say about him with Danny Lay? Like, if you can just haul off and just slap or punch the hell out of someone that you don't know, what would you do to me if you get mad at me? Would it be worse? Like, you know, you got to ask that question. Now I have so many issues with him. None with her. My issues are actually the only issue that I have with her. But black men like him allow this to happen, and you know, I don't understand why. Black men allow women that are not black to call them niggas. I don't get it. 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 Like, I know someone that he only dates white women, right? You ask him, why does he date white women and not black women? His issue with black women is that black women are, you know, they got the attitudes and whatnot, right? And then it's an interesting contradiction, because it's a contradiction that you talk about black women having attitudes, but then the white women that you get with, they hang out with black women and sleep with black men, so they then adopt the mannerisms that they think that the black women have, right? You know, the finger snapping and the you better not try, you know, what they think a black woman acts like, right? And I'm like, but you get with a Becky and she acts like a black woman. So what's the difference? You might as well be with a black woman. Well, she can change that. And I have the preference, like, not all black women act like that. Not all black women are, quote unquote, angry or, have attitudes. So I hate that. I hate that. Now, the issues that in this video that I had with I have an issue with the fact that the nigga was on Instagram live posting this. Then I had an issue with the fact that them people were in the background just literally listening to this shit happen. I'm just like, really? Now, Danny, I do have to say one thing to you, girl. If you had a house and you gave up your house to go live with him, that was your mistake. That was your mistake. I would never have done that. Absolutely not. I would have kept my house, and if he wanted me to come stay with him, cool. But I'm not giving up my shit, because God forbid we get into a huge argument like this and you tell me get the fuck out. Well, if you tell me to get the fuck out, I'm gonna leave and go back to my place. And then the fact that you don't have anyone in North Carolina, you don't know anyone there, why would you do that to yourself? That is just that is stupid as hell, to be quite honest with you guys. So the issues that I had with him in this video was, one, that he called the police on her. Number two, the fact that all these people, you could hear people in the background and they just sitting there not saying shit to him. Now, the thing that he said he was hella disrespectful to her, right? He called her a side bitch. I was like, how is she a side bitch? She's in your house. She's living with you. Technically, that is main bitch status. if I don't like using the term bitch, but I'm going off of what his idiot ass said. That's main bitch status. Who is your main bitch? I really hate saying that, but he said it. These are his words, not mine. Since you calling her your side bitch, who's the main bitch? Obviously, it's her, because I mean, what dude is gonna have his side bitch live with him? Like, who does that? So then he also this dumbass fool had the audacity to say he should not have skeeted in her. No, what you should have did was wear a condom. Why is that so hard? Lord. Now I do know she has an assault charge against her, right? Now, here's the thing that really blows me. Once again, I don't know why everything needs to be posted onto social media, right? So she posted, a video of them kissing in the bed, him talking about he loves her. Girl, we honest, as much as problematic as you are, I did believe you when you said what you said about him, right? So she said that this all came about because she had a Plan B pill sent to his apartment. So you mad because this woman is tired of you humping on her and doing your business in her. She doesn't want another baby with you. Here's my thing once again, right? That Plan B pill is not 100% effective, number one. Danny, if you don't want any more kids with him, number one, don't sleep with him. That's number one. Number two, if you're gonna sleep with him, wear a condom. Make him wear a condom. Like, make him wear a condom. That's it. Like, I'm not gonna say you need to get on birth control. I'm gonna say make that Negro put on the fucking condom. That is it. Like, put on a condom. Put on a condom. 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 Let's say it one more time for the people in the back. Condom. Let's move on, you guys. I think we're gonna wrap this up because I'm getting tired and I gotta do another video. All right, you guys. So the last story, it's not really much to talk about. So, I think I've talked about Britney Spears. Yes, I have talked about Britney Spears. So this is going to be a little bit of a wrap up with Britney Spears. Now, we know that Britney Spears actually, it's been longer than a year. We know that Britney Spears has been in the fight with her conservatorship, right? She's wanted her conservatorship to end. So this week, news came out that her conservatorship is over. So Britney has been under that conservatorship since what, 2008, 2007, 2008. And the reason is she really just wants her life back. And I can't fault her for that. I just hope that this is going to be good for Britney. I want what's best for Britney Spears, right? That's all that matters, is what's best for Britney. I just have a little bit, I just hope that, because looking at Britney when she does her videos on Instagram, she looks so disheveled. And I'm just like, and I'd be wondering to myself, it's like, is she in a manic state? I just wonder that sometimes. So with this conservatorship ending, it's a catch-22 for me, right? Like, I'm happy that she's free to do whatever she wants with her life, right? She's free to, get married to her fiance. She's free to have more children if she wants to. And that was something I did not agree, that y'all taking all of this girl's faculties. Like, y'all are taking everything from her. Y'all are making, you guys are making decisions for her. That was the thing that annoyed me, is the fact that people were making decisions for her life, right? But I just hope that with Britney, that, if she's in counseling, if she's in therapy, I hope that she continues that. And like I said, I just want the best for Britney Spears. I'm a big fan of Britney Spears. I've loved Britney Spears since the 90s. So I just want what's best for Britney. And so we no longer have to say free Britney, because Britney is free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty. Britney Spears is free at last. All right, you guys. So that is the hot topics. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got this week, you guys. There were some more stories that I wanted to discuss, but I'm long-winded at this point. So as always, you guys, we do this the same time, same place, same channel every week. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications, turn them on, share the video, and I will catch you guys a little later. So until then, you guys, goodbye.